Hi everybody, thank you for joining me today on today's tutorial. Today I'll begin by teaching you Python. Python is a high level programming language. I've been in the tech industry for quite a long time, maybe 20 years, and I've encouraged a lot of good people, Christian people who love God, to do tech. And sometimes some of them don't do it. And so tech has the potential of changing and transforming your finances really fast. And I would like to teach you some of the things I've learned over the years, and I want to take you to this introduction course into Python, teach you Python, and to show you that programming is so easy. You know why? Because God has given you so much wisdom. And sometimes we think, oh, it's difficult. I don't want to do it. Am I going to be able to succeed? Yes, you will succeed. You're very wise, you're very smart, and I will hold your hand step by step, and I'll show you how to get there. So, what is Python? Python is a high level programming language. There's so many programming languages in the world, right? A programming language is just a set of instructions that you write, and then the computer interprets that instructions and perform the task you're asking of it. So I'm gonna show you Python. We're gonna first of all begin by going to python.org and installing that application, and from there we will begin our very first tutorial. So you can do it on a Mac, you can do it on the Windows. I would show you how to install Python on a Windows PC or laptop, Windows operating system. My operating system is Windows 11. And so let's go to python.org. Right here we're on python.org. I'm going to type it python.org. Python.org, you can go here, you can see download. And the current version of Python we have is Python 3.1, 3.12.1. Right, so with softwares, when they create the softwares, they always have several versions. That incremental, and so this version just lets you know they've added a lot more functionalities, or some functionalities have been removed. The language has been modified in one way or the other. So I'm gonna hit download, click on the Python 3.0, and it wants to download. I will say yes, save, and the download is complete. Now choose whatever destination you want to save it in. I can show you here in my own folder, but again, uh, I downloaded it in my OneDrive documents OBS filter. So I'll double click on that to install Python, and I have the options is to install now. I like you to choose these options, okay? Add python.exe to path. Click on that and hit install now. And the installation is in progress. So if we look here, setup was successful. Now this is new to Python. They have some online tutorials to guide you on Python. But my installation is complete. I'm gonna go in the next video, I'll teach you how to install it on a Mac. So I'll hit close. I'll open my Windows command prompt, CMD, command prompt. I'll write Python dash version. And you can clearly see, guys, that we've installed Python 3.12 on this Windows machine. That's the version of Python we have. The next other piece of software I want us to install is called Vscode. Vscode is an integrated development environment. It's created by Microsoft. It helps you to write code really easily. It even gives some suggestion. It makes code writing really easy, really simple, and it takes out a lot of the stress. Since we've successfully installed Python, the next thing we're going to do is we are going to go ahead and install Visual Studio's code. It's a piece of software by Microsoft. It's called an IDE, Integrated Development Environment. And that's nothing complex. It just means that it has all the utilities for you to easily write code. It even has some suggestions. It makes the learning process really simple. So go ahead and Google, and we'll just Google it really fast. We'll come here, we'll write Visual Studio Code, and it's right here. So I click on this first link, Visual Studio Code, and we have the options to download for Windows. If you're using a Mac, of course, you'll download for Mac, but this window, I'm going to hit download, and there we go. It's prompting to save. I say yes, save it. Choose your location, your documents, downloads, wherever you want to save it, do that. And after I download it, I can see clearly over here that the download is complete. I will click on that to start installing it. Yes, I'll accept the license agreement. I'll hit next. I will create a desktop icon. I like it. And I'm gonna go ahead. The next thing I'm gonna do next. Install. And it's that simple. That's the beginning of installation for Visual Studio Code. I click finish. If I hit finish with launch selected, it's gonna launch it. Yeah, we've done everything we needed to do. The first thing is we had Python installed, and now we have Visual Studio Code installed. And we're gonna do the very first thing. We're gonna write our very first program in Python. It's really easy. So come over here and click on New File. And what kind of file do we want to create? Let's say a Python file. You can create a text file. There are many. You can write it. You can use it to develop on many different kind of programming languages. Since we're on Python, we're going to create a Python file. That's just a Python file. And I would like to save this file. So hit File. We go to Save. And I'm going to create a folder on my desktop, and I'm just going to call it Class. I'm going to call it. I click a New Folder. And I'm going to call it Python class. And I'm going to save my very first file there. I will call it demo, and I will give the extension of the file. So any machine or any program understands the Python file. So I'll say .py, okay? And then I say save. Now I can create my very first program. In Python, it's very simple. Let's create a program that just says hello world when we run the program. I say Python. Oh, sorry. I say print. Put in syntax. What do I want to print? Hello. Hello world. And that's it. If I want to run this code, see, it's so organized. It even gives a number for the line, because your program literally takes your code, it runs it line after line after line to give you an output. If I want to run the output for that code, I'm just going to come over here and I'm just going to hit play. And look at what happens. Look, it runs everything. It follows the pathway it's saved on my computer, and this is the final output, ladies and gentlemen. Hello world. So congratulations. If you did that, you've written your very first Python program. And let's go on to the next lesson.